We have some huge transfer news to discuss in today's video, as one of our players is set for an imminent exit. We will discuss this in today's video, whilst of course going over all the latest Celtic news from the last 24 hours. But first, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Gordon Strachan has suggested Brendan Rodgers may already be approaching the final chapter of his second spell in charge of Celtic. The former Hoops manager believes Rodgers could call time on his tenure at the end of the upcoming campaign, with no new deal currently in place. Rodgers returned to Parkhead on a 3-year contract in the summer of 2023, but has yet to extend his stay despite having held recent discussions with majority shareholder Dermot Desmond. With just 12 months left on that deal, the uncertainty surrounding his future has started to grow. Strachan, who remains closely connected to the club's power brokers, doesn't believe Celtic should go out of their way to offer Rodgers a blank cheque to remain beyond 2025. He warned that the mental demands of the job might make a longer stint unrealistic. Strachan had this to say: "I wouldn't like a lifetime deal. Then no matter what happens, you've got this deal." I don't think that's got to happen because both parties in this are not stupid. They know that even Brendan, and if you look at most managers, they spend about 3 years, and then for most Celtic managers, they would like to go on somewhere else. It's not the club. The club's fantastic. Sometimes the fact that you're repeating yourself against the same teams week in, week out on plastic pitches, it's not easy to keep momentum going. You're literally saying the same thing every week. The media are asking the same questions every week, dealing with the same thing. The bonuses managers get at Celtic, you'll get European games, which is a great bonus for any manager. But there's a problem of keeping that momentum going over a 3, 4 or 5 years period. It's not easy to motivate yourself week in, week out. Sometimes it's nice to have a refresher and go somewhere else. It's difficult for any Celtic manager to last more than 3 years. That is one of Celtic's problems. If Brendan's only got a year to go, does he sign a new contract or does he not sign one? If he doesn't sign one, then it becomes that kind of, is he going, is he staying, which he could do without when you're a Celtic manager, when you're going for the league. I think there will be more pressure from Rangers this year, Strachan concluded. Rodgers' reluctance to commit beyond 2025 will inevitably fuel speculation throughout the season, particularly if there's any dip in domestic form or another European setback. The looming possibility of an exit could become a distraction unless resolved early. Strachan's view adds weight to the growing belief that this might be a defining year, not just for Celtic's pursuit of silverware, but for setting the direction of the club's long-term planning. A Rodgers exit would leave a significant void and prompt another period of transition. The Irishman's reputation and achievements give him strong leverage, but Strachan's comments suggest Desmond and the board won't be rushed into a deal unless both parties are fully committed. With the pressure cranking up ahead of a new Premiership campaign and Rangers expected to be stronger, clarity over Rodgers' position will be crucial if Celtic are to maintain focus and authority from the dugout. Now for the main story. Celtic winger Luis Palma looks poised to depart the Hoops once again, this time moving on loan to Polish side Lech Poznan. The 25-year-old, who has slipped significantly down the pecking order under the current management, has already agreed personal terms with Lech, and the final paperwork is expected to be wrapped up shortly. Palmer struggled for regular game time in Glasgow this season, prompting his second loan spell in as many years. His most recent stint was with Greek giants Olympiakos, where he managed 1 goal and 1 assist from 11 appearances, a modest return that included some flashes of his ability. He has reportedly been missing from Celtic's pre-season training camp in Portugal, a decision made so he could focus on securing his future elsewhere. Despite receiving interest from various clubs, Palmer is reported to have turned down offers from the EFL Championship, Turkey and MLS. Instead, he's opted for Lech Poznan, a team set to feature in European competition next term and with ambitions of qualifying for the Champions League. The move presents Palmer with the chance of regular football on a big stage, something he has lacked at Celtic. For Palmer, the Polish top flight offers a platform to rejuvenate his career. Regular starts and meaningful European fixtures could reignite the goal-scoring threat and creativity he brought under Brendan Rodgers. Success at Lech would also allow Celtic to reassess his place in their future plans, either as a strengthened asset or someone with resale value. Under Brendan Rodgers, Palmer's game time has lessened the longer that time has gone on, and performing in the Polish Ekstraklasa could be just what he needs. At Celtic, this loan could pave the way for a clearer forward-planning strategy, making space for new signing. The loan deal is expected to be finalised soon, allowing Palmer to link up with Lech before the Ekstraklasa season kicks off. This move will be watched closely by the Hoops, where supporters will hope the winger rediscovers the spark that once lit up the East End for a number of months. In other news, Dane Murray has featured in all of Celtic's pre-season friendlies, starting all but one. At 22, he is by no means a young player in the modern game, having made his competitive debut 4 years ago under Ange Postecoglou against Midtjylland in the Champions League's second-round qualifiers. At the time, 18, he didn't stand out as a bad defender, but suffered with serious injuries after that and fell back down to the B team until last season when he joined Queen's Park on loan, before being recalled after some stellar displays in the Championship. Brendan Rodgers brought him off the bench against Aston Villa at Villa Park in the Champions League. A huge moment, one in which he did look shaky, making an error in stoppage time for Morgan Rodgers' third goal to seal a hat-trick, being dispossessed by Ollie Watkins. Rodgers, however, confirmed post-match a fortnight ago, following the game against Queen's Park, that Murray would be back up to Cameron Carter-Vickers at right centre-back next season. Murray looked very calm and composed last night against Sporting Lisbon in a 2-0 friendly win, with a number of Christopher Ayer-esque bursts from the back to progress possession, a sign that he is learning how to play in Rodgers' system. At 6'3", with physical development still to come, next season could be huge for Murray if he can stay fit. With Celtic appearing more likely to sign a left-footed centre-back with links to Justin De Haas, Rodgers is a massive fan of Murray and looks to be nurturing him right into the first-team setup, something that the club has struggled to do in recent years. Supporters who have criticised the lack of youngsters breaking through into the first team can't have it both ways. Murray is clearly, out of all Celtic's academy graduates, the one player Rodgers sees as ready to start week in, week out if necessary, and that shouldn't be criticised. Instead, it should be welcomed. Developing players like Murray into first-team regulars is exactly what the club has been crying out for. If Celtic can blend their domestic dominance with a stronger European presence, having dependable, homegrown depth like Murray could make all the difference. Lastly, Benjamin Nygren continued to catch the eye in Celtic's pre-season preparations, putting in an assured display as Brendan Rodgers' side swept aside Sporting Lisbon with a 2-0 victory. Handed his first start since joining the Hoops, the Swedish midfielder was deployed in a central role alongside Callum McGregor and Rio and looked right at home among the Hoops midfield maestros. The 24-year-old brought energy and sharp decision-making to the middle of the park, showing flashes of the talent that earned him a move from FC Nordsjælland. His technical quality and composure in possession helped Celtic dictate the tempo against the Portuguese champions. After the match, with one eye already on Saturday's test against Newcastle United, Nygren took a moment to reflect on the night and praise the support he's received since arriving in Glasgow. He said this: "I think it was a very good game. I thought we were very good on the ball. We could have scored more goals, but it was very nice to score against a very good team. It shows our abilities and how good we are. We scored 2 very good goals and we won 2-0. This group is amazing, and all of the coaching staff are amazing. It has been easy to settle in," Nygren said. Nygren's impact against Lisbon will give Rodgers plenty to think about heading into the weekend's match against Premier League opposition, with the Swede pushing hard to cement a regular role in the squad. His early performances suggest he won't take long to become a fixture in Celtic's midfield, and fans will be encouraged by the understanding he's already showing alongside McGregor and Hatate. It's a promising start for the new recruit, who appears to have found his feet quickly at Lennox Town. As pre-season continues, all eyes will be on how he builds on this early momentum. The Newcastle clash now looms as another valuable test, with Nygren in contention once again to make his presence felt against top-level opposition. What are your thoughts on these? Let us know down in the comment section below. Make sure you've liked this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content.